Different from life to me. The way I see life most of the time is different from the way you see life. Sometimes life is good. Other times, well, maybe not so good. And this is why many times we need someone to talk to, someone to listen to us without judging us. And this is a program that is designed exactly for that purpose, where we can talk, chat, laugh, and sometimes cry together. Come on, let's talk over our matters. Let's discuss the matters of life and find solutions together. This is SHINA. Our program is now going to be on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. I need you to join in. We need to talk together. You will have the opportunity to call in, ask questions, discuss matters that concern your heart, and I guarantee you, you'll be glad that you talked. I'll be waiting on you Tuesday, and on Wednesday, and on Thursday. SHINA will be waiting for you. Hello everyone, it's so good to know that you're there. Well, you're welcome. This is Sharing Life Matters with SHINA, and I'm so very happy that you're there. All right, how's your day been? Mine has been good. Well, for me, every day is a good day, regardless of whatever it is. Just see the glass as half full. I know sometimes we look for solutions to things and we don't quite get it immediately. Hey, don't lose up. Try again, and finally, it's going to be all yours, all right? But when you give up, that, my friend, is where the problem is. You're most welcome. Now, quickly before I go into the matter, should you have any advertising needs, don't forget those same numbers we keep giving you. You can call them, you can text, you can chat, and we will get in touch with you. The advert rates are extremely cheap, cheaper than what you can imagine, because my program, for instance, is a program that is benefiting the society, and as much as possible, we will have to make it, to grow and grow and grow. So if you would like to support in any way, it would be a major delight in my heart. So whatever you do, as long as it's legal, small or big, we would like to advertise them for you. We would like to showcase your business to the world so that people will hear about you. All right, so don't forget, you can pick up your phone, send us text, chat, call us, and we will be delighted to partner with you. You're most welcome. Now, the society we live in is filled with a lot of things. There is an unending tales coming from people. We definitely cannot finish all the matters that we keep coming across every day. But I approach life from the positive point of view, and that is what I want you to do exactly. All right, domestic violence is a major issue in our society. It is still a big problem, but the more we talk about it, the more reduced it gets. Well, face a fact, we cannot totally eradicate domestic violence, but the more we talk about it, the better it is. Usually, when someone has killed someone, it is a huge news. It's a big news. It's a news that everybody wants to talk about. You understand that someone has killed someone. However, there are things that happen before people kill themselves. Those little things that happen are the things I like to talk about on my program. If we can knock off those things, then definitely, the issue of killing people killing people will be seriously reduced. So, do you have a story you want us to talk about? Do you have anything going on around you, with you and your family? Send them in. We will gladly discuss those matters. And this is to appreciate all those of you giving us your stories once in a while to talk about, directing us here and there to talk about this and to talk about that. We really appreciate you. And definitely and certainly, the society is better off for the things that we discuss. Tonight is going to be on a special topic, and I will be announcing the topic very soon. But before then, are you stuck in a relationship you don't know how to get out of? Are you in an abusive relationship? Do not keep quiet to the things happening around you. You need to speak out and you need to seek for help. Is your life in danger? Don't spend another night without seeking for help. All we want to do is to be sure that everybody is safe. Now, whatever you do, make sure your relationship works. Do everything within your power to make it work. If you have to beg, beg. If you have to spend money, spend money. If you have to call on others to step into it, call on others to step into it. Just make it work. If, however, the journey is too tough for both of you to walk on the same aisle, by all means, go your separate ways. You're better off living long as a single parent than dying young in the name of love. Love shouldn't hurt. Love shouldn't make people cry. Love shouldn't make people bleed. Love shouldn't kill nobody. Really. But these things happen every day in the name of love. It really doesn't have to be this way. Nobody deserves to die in the name of love. So I will emphasize again, if you have found yourself in a situation where you know that your life is not safe, please speak out, all right? Or you find yourself in an unhappy situation and there is nothing you can do to get out of it. Hey, speak out, seek for help. You deserve to be happy yourself. Before we go on break tonight, I'll quickly talk about the topic and what we're discussing tonight. But then, this is a program, a family-friendly program, particularly the one for tonight. You need to call somebody, call your partner, you understand? Because we're going to be discussing things that both of you should hear together, all right? That way, you can say, okay, he made a point there. Okay, you correct this here. And that's the best way to go about these things. Call your neighbor, call your cousins, call people to sit by the phone, by the TV, or wherever you're watching from, and make sure that everybody is a part of this program. Those of you watching on YouTube or Facebook, don't just watch and walk on by. Like it, love it, you understand? And let's just have a good programming together. The reason why we're doing this program is for nothing except to have a happier society. The contributions of you and I will make the society happy. I'll go on a short break, but before I go on, let me brief you of what we're talking about. Do you know a lot of people are dying just because they cannot speak out? And they're not speaking out because they're afraid of what would people say. A lot of people are considering what others will say, and they will rather go through that problem, go through that pain, go through that turmoil just because of what people would say. Are they right thinking that way? Do what people say, whatever they have to say, do those things they say, do they really matter in our day-to-day activities? I don't want you to just brush it aside, because the way life is facing some people and backing some people. The way you see life is different from the way I see life. So some people are stuck, not because they cannot get out of it, but because they're afraid of what people would say. Let's go on a very quick break, and when we return, we're going to hit the ground running, discussing exactly that matter. This is Shine Life Matters with Eshman, and I will see you at the other side of the divide.
Daddy Autos, Daddy Autos. Car sales, car repair, body works, title services, record services, insurance claims, and vehicle inspections. Call us now at 832-759-3324. Don't forget, free oil change when you make 2 synthetic oil change visits. The third is free. Daddy Autos, 9815 Honeywell Street, Houston, Texas 77074, or at www.daddyautos.com or info@daddyautos.com. Daddy Autos, best in auto repair. Making people happy over a long period of time makes us put you first in everything you do with us. We have badged multiple awards, sending and receiving packages.
Amgri Logistics. We ship via air and ocean to Nigeria. We also ship within the USA via FedEx, UPS, USPS, Amazon, and DHL. Amgri Logistics. We do instant money transfer to any part of the world with the best rate. We also do international driver license. Amgri Logistics. We are at 11850 Business Street, Suite G, Houston, Texas 77099.
Check us out at www.amgrilogistics.com or care@amgrilogistics.com.
Telephone 346-374-7743 or 832-614-5180. IG at Amgri Logistics _.
Tell someone about us because we are
Swift, affordable, and reliable.
Asu Rock African Market. We work hard to provide you with a wide selection of things you enjoy from Africa that are of the greatest quality. We are the premier African grocery store franchise in USA. African food products, meats, pastries, and hot and ready-to-eat meals. Check us out today at www.azurockmarket.com. Open 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Sunday. 13711 Western Road, Suite A1, Houston, Texas 77077. Seamless, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, and Postmates. Call us now at 832-990-7590. In-store shopping or in-store pickup and deliveries. Asu Rock African Markets. Catering and everyday entertaining.
If it is branding, printing, and graphics design, let us undo it for you. Daystar International is an household name when it comes to office branding, car branding, stock branding, church pamphlet, signs, and banners. We also do business cards, flyers, mugs, t-shirts, embroideries, buttons, and stickers. Let the professional undo your branding, printing, and graphics design needs. Daystar International, 14165 Bisunes Street, Houston, Texas 77083. Telephone 347-500-7328. IG Daystar_International_Prints or www.daystarinternational.com. Daystar International. We print, brand, and do graphics for the world. Daystar International. Check us out. Marriage-based green card, family petitions, VAWA or green card based on marital problems and abuse, employment-based green card, naturalization, immigrants visa application, asylum, bond hearing visas visa. Samuel Agosha Law Firm, 10039, Bisunes Street, Suite 337. Houston, Texas 77036. Telephone 832-427-6224. Samuel Agosha Law Firm. Let us fight for you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're most welcome. Yes, and I do hope that tonight, it's a program that I cannot do alone, the one for tonight, because it comes in form of a question, and I want all of us to be part of it together. All right, it's not something I can solve alone. So at the right time, when I open the phone lines, let's discuss. The reason why we should discuss is that there are some people going through a lot, and what you have to say many times will open their eyes and they will be free. As a matter of fact, for every topic I bring here, it is because I know someone, or someone has called me, or there's an idea of someone that is going through that. So, my advice alone cannot set everybody free in this society. I just want us to join. It's not so much to ask for. We don't want people dying. We don't want domestic violence. We don't want people beating up people. We don't want people going through problems, from problems to problems. Then we got to speak out. We can't just fold our hands and just pretend like it doesn't concern us. That's not good. The society belongs to all of us. Now, the fact that you are smiling and happy in your relationship does not mean that you should forget about those that are not happy and smiling in their relationship. That is the meaning of humanity anyway. Humanity is being there for one another. And particularly on this program, we're not asking you for money. No. All we're asking you is that once in a while, just contribute. I remember, I don't want to go over their names anymore, but there were some programs that we did and those ladies were very happy. And there were solutions because they listened to the contributions of people. What is the worth of a silent watcher when you will not even contribute to the people that are going through problems? This program is designed not to entertain. It's not an entertainment program. No, I'm not in any way entertaining you. We're bringing real life scenarios, what people are going through, and the least you can do is to lend your voice. Do you understand? No, not your dollars, not your money. We're not raising no money. It's just for you once in a while to call in, and you're saving a life. Do you understand? Can I just emphasize that? It's taking this toll, and I will follow it. Can I just emphasize that you are saving a life? Every time we talk together, you are saving a life, and you need to understand that. So don't leave this program to one person to do, except if we don't care. And when I realize that we don't care, I will just conclude, well, maybe it's not worth it. But you know what? As long as I'm living, I care about the society. I care not just about the people that are happy. I care about the people that are not happy. Nobody should be left behind. Some people just don't know what to do. And sometimes when you and I pick up the phone and make that call, it's like you ginger them, you spark up the fire, and suddenly they realize that they could do this and they could do that. So what is it going to be tonight? Ignore, pretend like you don't care, or you are going to pick the phone and let's help a sister somewhere or help a brother somewhere. That is why we're humans and we must act as one another's keeper. Welcome. All right. So, well, I'm glad I poured that out. All right. Let's be there for one another. Very soon I'll open up the phone lines and I'll be expecting your calls. Now, tonight, it's really a major topic. In fact, the topic is the main reason why some people have died, particularly those that are well respected in the society. And everybody in the society, and they would always say, what would people say? What would people say? That same question has made people to sit there in a place where they are not celebrated. What will people say has made people to sit where they are being beaten. What will people say has made some people to be killed. They know what to do, but they are thinking, what would people say? And so I'm asking you tonight, is it okay to consider what people would say before taking a decision? those of you that have taken the decision, regardless of what people would say, please do call in. I do ask us to. Now, I'm not asking you because of me. I'm asking you to call in because of those that are faced with the agony of decision. And they can't just decide because they don't know what to do. They're afraid of what people would say. Sometimes, my friend, decisions are not easy. You understand? People know what to do. They know what to say. They have an idea of what steps to take, but they would always think, what would people say? And so it may be easy for you to say, well, yeah, you don't care. It may not be easy for them to just think that way. And that is why your call, your words, your talk, your responses, your advices, your contributions count. And so tonight, there have been a lot of people that should have moved away from the same situation they found themselves, but they did not move. You know why? Only one reason. What would people say? Let's assume that someone, and I want us to really critically look at this so that when you begin to call, it's a clear message already. Let's say one person got married, her marriage failed. She went for the second one, it failed. She's in the third one, and this third one is nasty because her breakfast is beat up, her lunch is slap, and her dinner is kick. But she cannot get out of that relationship. You know why? She feels that she's going to be tagged by the society as the bad person, because the first one has failed, the second one has failed, now the third one she's been beaten but she can't leave. Do you think she's right in thinking, what would people say? She's there in that marriage, weathering the storm, facing the problem, and dying in silence. The reason why she's gradually dying in silence is that anytime she says that this is what she's going through, like, oh, you must be the one with the problem. No wonder the first marriage you lost it, the second marriage you lost it, now this one. Is that the reason why she should stay there and die? Hey, she needs your help. You need to help. You need to help our sister make up her mind, because now she's there stuck. Stuck because, not because she doesn't know the way out. She knows where the keys to the door are. She can step out, she can drive out, she can move out, but she's tied down because she doesn't want to be stigmatized. You know, she already has that stigma on her body that she's a problem to the first marriage, a problem to the second marriage. Now the third marriage is killing her gradually, but she can't go out. Why? Because she's thinking, what would people say? So the question tonight is that, is she right by thinking that way? Is it an okay thing for people to think what people would say? Just before I begin to pick up the phone lines, I'll give you one more example. Now, let's look at well-respected people in the society, particularly religious leaders. Hey, breaking news. Religious leaders are also human beings. They face the same problems that you face. They see the same things that you see. They get as tempted as you get. And sometimes they are in the same problems as other people are. But because they are religious leaders, it is so hard for them to decide. You know, people will say, oh yeah, I thought you should know better. Oh, I thought he's a pastor, or I thought he's a religious leader somewhere. How come he can't solve that problem? So because they are afraid, they are ashamed, they are embarrassed already, as per what people would say, a lot of them are stuck in a loveless marriage, stuck in an abusive relationship because of their position in the society. It's not just the religious leaders. Sometimes politicians. You can imagine a politician so afraid to exit a horrible marriage. You know why? The next time he's contesting, oh, of course your guess is as good as mine. That same situation will be used against him. His adverts will be there all over, talking against him that, oh, he can't even manage a home. Now he wants to manage the public. I know you understand far too well what I'm trying to talk about. So tonight, should people really consider what people will say before they exit a nasty relationship? I'm going to be opening up the phone lines now. Listen, my friend, I cannot overemphasize this. If you're with me, if you watch Eshma's program, then you need to find a way to contribute. You know why? It's not because of me. Now, maybe nobody is rating me yet, so I'm not even talking about rating right now. I am talking about saving a life. It's not about rating or any. No. Those things are not so important. What is important is how can we help someone? How can we save a life? And this is why you need to contribute to this program. Hey, speak to your conscience. All right, you got it all made up. Good. You're happy. You're smiling. Some are not. Think of a lady that's going to go to bed tonight crying. Think about that one that is going to spend all night just thinking that, how can I get out of this life? Think of that one that is already writing up a suicide note, thinking I can't take it no more. She can't leave because of what people would say, but she would rather die. Would you keep quiet and watch someone die just because you don't want your voice to be out there? Are we really human beings that we should be? Let's speak to our conscience and help someone. A lot of people tonight should take a decision, but they can't take it because of what people would say. The phone lines tonight, 346-426-5650. Again, 346-426-5650 or 336-456-3800. One more time, 336-456-3800. Both lines are open right now, and I would do encourage us to call in and let's advise someone. So people that should take a decision, but they are considering what people would say. How can you help them? What can they do to get out of that problem? Some of them, like I said, are going through very huge problems, but then they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do because they are afraid of what people would say. Now, the lines are opened right now, and we can begin to call in so that one person, two people, three people, four or more people can be helped in making a decision as quickly as it should. Now, while I wait on your call, all right, remember I told you, some people that find it very hard to make a decision, religious leaders, spiritual leaders, politicians, public figures, you know, it's so difficult for them. Some of them, hey, you don't want to know what they're going through. But because of their position in the society, in the church, in the mosque, in the neighborhood, you know, they decide to just go through that problem silently. And guess what? People die in silence just because of the fact that they are afraid of what people would say. Let's pick a politician first and foremost that his career is at stake. You know, there are some things he wouldn't want to do or she wouldn't want to do because their career is just at stake. They know that their political opponent could use such things against them. And so they would rather swallow the bitter pill, grumbling, not happy, crying, wallowing in serious pain, and they're not doing anything about it because of what the society would say. And so I'm asking us tonight, is it good enough? Is it big enough? Is it right enough? Is it an okay thing to consider so much of what the society would say? Or, hey, just throw caution to the wind and take the right decision? What's your take on this? What do you think people would do? The lines are opened, all right? I have a lot to say. But then, this is not my program. This is your program. This is a program where we converge and we help one another just by the sound of our voice. If those sounds, if the voice is kept down, then somebody is not getting what they should get. And that, my friend, is not the right step to take in the society. So let's look at an average politician, like I was saying. Now, this guy has a lot of family problems, huge problems, but then he cannot take the right decision that should benefit him or that is healthy, because he's looking at his career vis-a-vis, the family situation. As a matter of fact, I can't remember. I was listening to one of the presidents. Was it President Bush? I can't remember. Forgive me if I got it wrong. But I was watching some years back, and the president was, usually when they get out from that car, all right, that car, the American president, the car is called the Beast. When they get out, the president will have to hold his wife, and they will smile and wave at somebody. This president said himself and the wife were fighting in the car. They were fighting real hard, but guess what? They had to come out and pretend and smile and wave and hold hands as though everything was okay. Meanwhile, they were not talking to one another. Now, the president can be managed because they have all the resources. They have access to other psychologists of this world to help them out of their problems. But there are people that cannot afford, but they are going through the same problem. They have to act to the society as though everything is all right. But behind the curtains, things are not okay. What should they do? I have my answers. But again, this is not about me. It's about us being there for the society. So the two lines are opened at any time. Please feel free to call in. I'm just testing the phones. Yeah, they're both working and they're open. So 346-426-5650 or 336-456-3800. Now, if you asked me, life should be lived. Everybody, when they were giving birth to everybody came at different time, and everybody's going to go back at a different time. Now, nobody's going to die together. What I mean by not dying together, Romeo and Juliet, as we read it, one died, then she kissed him and she died, but one died first. Everybody has their own life to live. Nobody should live a life to please people. When you try to please people, you're going to live a frustrated life. Read my lips. When you try to please people, you're going to be living a frustrated life, because pleasing people is trying to pretend to be who you're not. Pretend to be happy when you know you are not happy. If you're not happy, forget about what people would say. Forget about it. You know why? Everybody has a problem or the other to nurse. You are not their main problem. Even if you were, even if it was your story they want to talk about, hear me. It is breaking news. No breaking news lasts forever. Earlier on in the day, in America at least, I'm talking about the biggest news in America, that President Trump got arrested. That was breaking news in the morning. This evening, it's already another news that is breaking. So no news is going to be the breaking news. If you are living in hell, if you're living in bondage because of what people would say, then permit me to say, I am sorry. You are the one playing the fool. It's a game you're playing, and you're going to be hurting yourself, because those people you're considering at some point will move on. They will move on to something else. When we were young, God, some things I thought if I could turn back the hands of time, I would go and correct them. I'll go and correct them in the churches I attended. I'll go and correct them in the schools that I attended. I'll go and correct them in the neighborhood I grew up at. When we were young and somebody got pregnant out of wedlock, the church didn't take it kindly with them. If you know what I'm saying, you can call in to corroborate the story. The church will bring them to the front and say, hey, this lady has brought shame to herself and to her family. She's pregnant. And so if she had a function to do in the church, they're going to relieve her of that function. And the parents, let's assume that the parents are elders in church. You know, elders used to sit in front for the next 6 months. The parents will not sit in front. They will sit at the back, because that will be the punishment, so that people will know, hey, come on, man, did we have to go through all that? But that's not my point. Here's my point. After the baby has been born, everybody will forget about that shame. So whatever it is that you are ashamed that people will talk about, after a while, everybody will move on. That's the truth. They will talk about it. They will find something else to talk about. How many of us still talk about? How many of you were already watching TV? Those of you listening to me, how many of you were already watching TV when Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield fought? Remember when Mike Tyson beat the ears? It was so big on news. How many of us still remember that? It's gone, it's gone. If you think of Mike Tyson today, you hardly remember that. Mike Tyson, it was big news, it was huge news, because Mike Tyson was world champion and he was going to lose the fight, and rather than losing, he had to do that major damage, bit off part of the ears. It was such a huge news. But who still talks about it? Nobody. So if you're going through a horrible situation, I'm only encouraging you. I mean, my guys are not calling, so I need to talk to you. If you're the one going through it, please listen. And if you have your phone, kindly call. Let's help these people that are going through these problems. Now, if you're going through it and you need to decide for your life, forget about what people would say. Save your life. When you save your life, you understand, you can live to tell the story. When people talk, they will forget. I am not saying people will not talk, particularly if you're a religious figure, leader, if you're a political figure, if you're a societal figure, people will talk. Your news seems bigger because of your position in the society. But hey, they're only going to talk for a while. The talking does not take nothing from you, my friend. You know, in those days that they used to embarrass those ladies for getting pregnant, guess what? The younger ladies that got pregnant quickly will go and take it out before anybody will know. And that, my friend, was a more dangerous thing, because they didn't want to face that kind of embarrassment. So because people didn't want to go through that shame, they did nasty things, and sometimes people died during abortion. Abortion, not because they didn't want the baby, but they didn't want to face the shame. If only I could turn back the hands of time and to tell anybody, nobody has a right to put anybody to shame. And nobody is saint, by the way. But then, that's a story for another day. So don't kill yourself. Don't live your life in a sad moment because of what people would say. People have the problems of people. Let me tell you a secret. Let me tell you. Everybody talking about you has a problem. Every family analyzing your family has a problem. There is no family on this earth that doesn't have one thing or the other that they are nursing. And that's the truth. Hey, tomorrow you can go on Google and even study public families. One of these days we're going to talk about divorces. I mean, the richest man in the world one time, Bill Gates, he had a divorce. And he had to take the shame off his head. He was rather going to be happy than what people would say. Now, when he got the divorce, people talked about it. Oh, you mean Bill Gates got divorced? Oh, Bill Gates. But he knew the problem he was facing. He didn't want to care no more about what you people would say. Guess what? He took the decision and he's happier for it. I am not, listen, if you listen to what I say every day, make sure your relationship works. Let it work. But if it's not going to work, guess what? Don't consider what people will say. Take a decision. But this is that junction that we have to go on a quick break. Let's go on a quick break right now. When we return, I'm going to be picking your calls. This is Shine Life Matters with Eshman, and I will see you at the other side of the divide.
BSA Procurement and Logistics Services. Ship to USA from Niger, or ship from Niger to USA, and also to Canada. Individual, small business, corporate establishments, and African stores and restaurants. Ship anything at all. USA office 12202 Bishop Street, Houston, Texas 77072. Telephone 832-614-8984 or 281-741-4829. Email info@bsaprologservice.com or www.bsaprologservice.com. BSA Procurement and Logistics Services. You are the reason we exist. I may not do that, young. All right. We are here with OYINLOLA, African store manager, proprietor, president, just name it, CEO. Can you please meet people up there?
Hello everyone, my name is Oluwatoyin Adesina, the CEO and founder of OYINLOLA, African store.
This is how we do it. I know you guys already been hearing about OYINLOLA. That's some unique things that OYINLOLA African store is doing. And I want you to be part of it. A lot of people have been coming to Rosenberg and be asking, where can we do our shopping? What do they sell there? We normally tell you it's an African supermarket. That means you can come and get a lot of things. It's a one-stop shop. So what do you deal in?
We have iron pots, we have mortar, we do shipping, both home and abroad. Anything you want to ship to Nigeria, like your cars, appliance, and anything you want to ship from here to Nigeria, yes, I know do that too. And also we bring from Nigeria, anything you want to bring from Nigeria, and we pick up from any state in Nigeria. We pick up from there down to Houston at affordable prices. Then we have mortar, we have good yams, we have a lot of stuff.
Just name it. Anything that has to do with
African.
You know, have you seen this before? If you want to put it in your house, you are free to come and get one.
That's right.
Bring your money when you're coming.
Yes. And we also have good igbe snail, our local igbe, big, and eja. If you need me to show you, I'll show you in a minute. Okay, Anu, let's just look at all these that are here now. How do you manage to make it comfortable for people to buy? You know, if you see in the market today, we have a lot of African stores around us that carry all sorts of this, our local food and all that, but we make our own unique. Just come in to OYINLOLA African store, then we show you more, we explain you more when we tell you details about every other thing that is what makes it unique to other people. So we learned that you do money exchange. How do you go about that? Yes, we do money exchange. We do dollar to dollar, we do naira to dollar, then we do dollar to naira. So both ways. So if I want to get like 3 million naira now, yes, I can get it in dollar here. You can get it very easy in a second. What is your strength? As in, how much can you do from Nigeria back here? Or from Let me tell you, it's unlimited. I'll tell you, it's unlimited. Just bring your money. So if I have 3 billion naira, you can change it in dollar. You are welcome to OYINLOLA African store. Wow, I like the confidence. So as it is now, what are the things that OYINLOLA is doing that is different?
All right, we just showcased you the African supermarket. So those of you that want to get everything you need exactly the way you will get it in Africa. I know Luakbo. Get in touch with them. All right. Did you see the pepper grinder? That's a pepper grinder you cannot find in America. All right. You find blender here, but that's pepper grinder. So get in touch with them and they'll be very happy to host you or to receive you. Yes, welcome back. Let's quickly round it all up. Hey, the phone lines are still open and do call in and let's talk about it. 346-426-5650, 336-456-3800. We've been talking about taking a decision and considering what people would say. Maybe tomorrow or next or some other time we're going to be looking at the loveless marriage. Quite a number of people are stuck in a loveless marriage. And they know that there's no love. But guess what? They can't decide. They can't take a decision. You know why? What would people say? But tonight we're looking at the public figures. Now, the fact that you're a public figure does not mean that you're not a human being. The fact that you're a spiritual leader does not mean that you're not a human being. And that's the reality. You need to pursue your happiness. The first solution, the first answer in everything I will give is make your relationship work. Just do everything within your power. Make it work. Enjoy it. Laugh a lot. If you're stuck in a marriage that laughter is missing, hey, you're living in hell. That means you're not happy. Those of you listening to me, you know, if by tomorrow you don't call people to watch this program, I'm going to really be, don't let me say I'll be mad at you. I will just not be very happy with you. Because there are too many people that should listen to what we're talking about tonight. Do you know some people from morning till night, as long as they are with their partners, they don't smile. They have no reason to smile. They don't laugh. What kind of a union is that? And they keep doing it 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 25 years of non-smiling, non-happy, non-teeth showing relationship called marriage. And they can't do anything because they're afraid of what people would say. Remember, whatever you say about me, always think about my first solution. My first solution ever is make it work. Do everything within your power to make it work. But don't stay in unhappiness because you're afraid of what people would say. Who told you people don't have the problems of people? Who told you people don't have their own baggages that they cannot even carry all by themselves? You are the least of their worries. Knock off the shame. Between shame, temporary shame, and look at me. I can't even remember those ladies that were put in front of the church in those days because they got pregnant. Their kids have grown. And they're happy. I can't even remember. They've moved on. So between the temporary shame or you dying, literally dying in silence, take a pick. Choose one. Speak to yourself, man. Stand up from this problem. You cannot live your life to please others. No, it's not worth it. You're not living for others. They're not feeding you. So if you're going to talk, let them talk. The talking is only going to be for a while. But you need to seek your own happiness. Remember I said, one of the huge problems is someone that's failed the first time, failed the marriage the second time, and the third one is not working. So, if you're failing the fifth or the sixth time, whose business is that? It is your life. Nobody should live your life for you. Hey, every time I keep saying this and I keep going back to it, make sure your relationship works. Do everything within your power to make it work. If you have to beg, beg. If you have to spend money, spend money. If you have to call on others to step into it, call on others to step into it. Make it work. But then, rather than you living your life to please people, take a decision. Choose to be happy. Choose happiness. Don't live your life frowning every day. Don't live your life. Listen, happiness, laughing, elongates your life. Ask any doctor. When you laugh a lot, when you're happy, you live longer. It's a secret of longevity. Ask anybody that is science oriented. They will tell you. Ask people that know. They will let you know that laughter adds to your life. So if you are stuck in a union, you know the one that annoys me the most, excuse me, the ones that are not even officially married. How can you be dating? You're just dating, and 2-3 years, no smiling, no laughing, and you're still dating. Hey, when you get married, excuse me, hey, when you get married, what do you think is going to happen? Your unhappiness is going to double. And this time around, you're going to be living your life like I don't know, squeezed up bones. No smiling, no laughter, no jokes, no happiness, nothing done together. You know, you're just living your life. The only thing you do is wake up, say good morning, eat, walk around, then sleep. Wake up, say good morning, eat, walk around, then sleep. Then wake up, then say good morning, then eat, then walk around, then sleep. Then you will die soon. So I do beg you, those of you listening to me tonight, my program is not to entertain you. I've told you. I say the reality. I tell you the way it is. And I expect you to take actions. Your happiness depends on you. Nobody can take your happiness away. Nobody should take your happiness away. Nobody deserves. Nobody. Listen, they are not worth it. Never you be afraid of what people would say. Pursue happiness. Make sure you're happy. It means a lot to you. We will look at loveless marriage, all right, with time. But right now, we're looking at all those of you thinking that you can't take a decision because of what people would say. I've talked about the politicians. The politicians is really considering his potential as a politician and running because of, not taking a decision rather, because of what his political opponent would say. Let's look at a pastor. That's actually the one that amuses me the most. And we've heard from these people again and again. Someone that is totally not happy is getting others to be happy, talking to others to be happy, and they will get home in total unhappiness. That is a fake life. That's a life that is not pleasing to anybody. It's not even pleasing to God. That is what I call a double-faced life. If you're not happy, face it. You're not. Stop pretending. Stop pretending to be who you're not. Of course, if you're happy, brandish it, show off, let people know. You understand? It's cool, it's okay, it's good. But if you're not, say it as well. Let people know that you're not. That way, when you're not happy, you're not lying to people, you're saying the truth, and people learn more from that. This is Shine Life Matters with Eshman. Good evening. Who am I speaking with, and where are you calling from?
Oh, good evening. This is Charles Kolapa. I'm calling from Houston.
All right, Charles, you're most welcome. And I'm glad that you're here tonight. So, Charles, what do you think? People that are unhappy but can't take a decision because of what people would say. The floor is yours, Charles. Go ahead.
In my view, first of all, I want to...
You want to speak up a little bit, Charles?
Yes. In my view, can you hear me?
Yes.
In one's view, I don't think it's a good thing to keep silent when you know you are not happy.
Yes.
It's more or less like you're trying to dig your grave slowly with your own hands. Of course, like you said, you want to do everything you can to make sure everything is working.
Yes.
But at one point in time, if you can't take it anymore, I would suggest leave. Go find happiness somewhere else. Because nobody is going to give you happiness. You have to give it to yourself first of all. It's very, very important.
Wow.
And I'm speaking from experience. I have actually lost a lot whom actually bear, like, oh, what would people say?
You lost what? Say that again. You say you've lost what?
I've lost a loved one.
A what? I didn't hear that.
A loved one.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Whom actually, died from, unhappy home.
Wow.
What will people say?
This is so sad, Charles.
Yes, it's very, very sad. And currently, as we speak, I still have someone else who is going through the same situation. And that person is even begging me for funds just to move out of the home.
Wow.
So my first intention was that, please do everything you can to make it work.
Yes.
I cannot just give you money, It will look like I'm encouraging you, but I'm trying to make sure this individual do everything humanly possible.
Yes.
And if that doesn't work, then,
I agree with you.
Obviously,
Can you get that person to listen up to the program tomorrow? Very important. And I'm sure the person will have something to gain. You understand?
Definitely.
But before you go, Charles, let me ask you. I'm concerned about the religious leaders. Their responsibility is to tell people that everything is fine. Meanwhile, they are going through hell at home. Balance it for me. What can they do? Charles.
I think they should honestly search their conscience and put themselves into, the same situation. Let's say, for instance, if, I'm a religious leader and my home is suffering, will I just fold my hand and expect God to come down and, do everything? God is going to use people, of course, to speak to you. But you as an individual, you know exactly what is going on.
Wow.
And you have to try your humanly possible best to make sure everything works. And if it doesn't work, you don't want to stay silent and die at the end of the day because of what people would say. Happiness comes from within. Like, I cannot give it to you. And that's what people face to understand. There's difference between happiness and joy.
That's true.
I can make you happy, but what about the joyful part of it? Happiness doesn't last, but joy comes, and I don't even know how to say it. Joy is all that matters.
I understand you.
And that is what a lot of homes are lacking this day. There is no joy. And it's very, very
Charles,
important.
do you want to hear the truth? Charles, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
The society needs people like you, and that is the truth. I love the way you've pointed these things out, and you and I, and everybody listening to me, we need to fight this fight. We need to get people to be happy. Nobody should die in silence because of what people would say. I do want to appreciate you a lot, Charles, and I do hope to hear your voice again tomorrow. Thank you so very much, and have a good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Yeah. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, this is where we're going to be hanging it tonight. Charles has been extremely wonderful, and the words of wisdom so marvelously put. Tomorrow, we continue from there. I want to appreciate all the people that worked with me at the studio. Georgina Bracco, thank you very much for being so wonderful. Ehiko Wecho and Bukola Sarah, all of you are very wonderful. And of course, the big boss himself, Shino Ayo OYINLOLA. This is Shine Life Matters with Eshman, and I do hope that when next we talk again, there'll be good news in our mouth. Whatever you do, make sure you remain happy. Shine Life Matters with Eshman, and I will see you at the other side of the divide. Have a good night, everybody.
If you are interested in healthcare field, Big Sis Medical Institute can help you get there. A Texas board certified institute specialized in certified nursing assistant program. Our program lasts for 5 weeks, which includes hands-on training with professional trained instructors and on-site clinical practical in-state approved nursing facilities. We also provide morning and evening classes. Big Sis Medical Institute can help place graduates enrich environment and is proud of providing services for more than a decade. Please call us at 281-497-8446 or 281-7517-6621. Email us at big6medicalinstitute@gmail.com or come visit us at 2215 Highway 6 South, Houston, Texas 77077. Come, let us make your dream a reality.
Sunrise African Supermarket has been in existence for a while now with everyday 5-star rating. All our customers love one-stop shopping experience. Come, see and buy your groceries with us. Sunrise African Supermarket, 12639 B6 Street, Houston, Texas 77099. Open Monday to Saturday 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Sunday. Telephone 346-400-7772. Sunrise African Supermarket. Come, see and buy your groceries with us.